What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be taking a look at Magic 2014. Magic 2014 came out in 2013. They do what they do with like cars. It comes out in 2013, and it's the model for 2014. So gonna go ahead and get right into it. Single player campaign, pretty straightforward. One thing I really like about this game is it's really easy to pick up, but there's a lot of intricacies that make it worthwhile to get into it and learn the in and outs of the game. I've put actually a good amount of time in this, and I really do like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play just a random episode of the campaign here.
Even for veteran planeswalkers. But we need to find an elf shaman there, secretive and into some really creepy magic. He was far too eager to help me find my way, so I know he's hiding something. Track him down, find out what he knows, and try to stay alive.
So as you can see, there is a story. The story's actually pretty well told. Basically, each stage there's 3 mini bosses or encounters, and then there's a fight with a planeswalker to get to the next stage. I'm gonna go ahead and fight the planeswalker here, and I'm gonna choose my deck. There are a bunch of different decks in this game, most of which you see here is standard in the game. I do have one DLC which unlocks these 4 decks, or 5 I believe actually, but there is a good amount of decks if you don't invest in the DLC. I believe the game is $10 right now on Steam, and there's 3 DLC packs. 1 unlocks 5 decks, and 2 unlock 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and get in here. As you can see, each deck has its rating here. This has the biggest creature size. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with the Mind Maid's deck. I really like this deck, so let's start out here, and I'll try to explain to the best of my ability what's going on. Okay, so I'm just gonna ignore this. You can pause it and read it if you want. It's just a little thing to get you in the mood to get immersed in the action here. Okay, so first hand here, we can draw a new hand, and that's what I'm gonna do because I got a bunch of land cards. So let's go ahead and toss that hand, and we'll keep this hand, and I'll try to explain what goes on. So each turn we can play 1 basic land card, and each land is also referred to as mana. So each card has a cost, and basically I need to put that many land out and pay the cost to summon the creature or play the spell. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Objective of the game is to get monsters out with attack power that lowers that to 0, their health or what have you. So I'm going to go ahead and throw out Lord of the Unreal. Pretty good starting monster. It does have a special effect. Creatures do from time to have special effects, basic abilities and stuff like that. He's good because a lot of my creatures are illusion creatures, so they get a bonus and are hexproof. And whenever these become the target of a spell or ability, you sacrifice it. So having a hexproof is really, really helpful in this game, or with this deck, I should say. Okay, so as you can see, they played a 1/1 creature that let them play an extra land from their deck. Okay, so each turn you can play a mana or a land, like I said, and then you can also play any combination of cards that uses up your mana. I'm gonna go ahead and play Phantasmal Bear there, and I'm gonna go ahead and attack with my Lord of the Unreal. Attacking is pretty simple. Cards, you attack the opponent, and they can choose to block or not to block. My damage will, if they block, my damage will all be absorbed into that creature. There is an effect called Trample, which causes all the damage that the creature couldn't block to go over into the enemy's health. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try to show off a counter spell here. I can stop the timer, and see what they're going to play. I'll go ahead and counter this for the sake of the video. Counterspell. So basically I have the timer stopped, play my card, my mana gets used. Once I select what I want to counter here, that card will go into the graveyard and my card will go into the graveyard. So basically your simple spell counter. Really useful. I like this deck because it has a good combination of creatures and spell counters. Except my creatures are easily killed. Okay. So, I can copy my creature, which I will do. I'll copy my Lord of the Unreal. So, he buffs himself and he makes himself hexproof, which is really, really good. And I'm just going to continue on and attack you. So, as you can see, really simple game. And as you can see, blocking, yeah. Really straightforward. The computer is not much of a challenge at all once you get the hang of the game. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this, and I'm going to try to get an online match with a real person. As far as online matches go, I'm not that great, so I'm just going to go in and try to show off some of the some better playing, I should say. I haven't even seen that deck before. I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with Guardians of the Light, or Guardians of Light, I should say. Guardians of Light is a deck that focuses on playing cards that augment your creatures and your teammates' creatures. So it's good to play in a 2v2 setting, and that's what I'm doing right here. Pretty bad hand. I'm gonna go ahead and draw another one. I like this hand, so I'll keep it. Okay. So, basically, it's the same mechanic. We each get to play a land, and we share the same turn, my teammate and I, and they share the same turn. And we're just trying to get their health down to 0. So, I'm just going to play, and I'll try to explain the best I can what I'm doing. And these can last quite a while. Matches can go anywhere from, 5 minutes, or sometimes less, to, 40 minutes. They can, usually they're on the shorter side, though. Okay, so the first turn usually goes like this. Very few people have cards that they can play with one land that are that they'll want to play the first turn. So usually we just lay down a land and continue on. Okay. First turn, I'm going to go ahead and throw out Core Spirit Dancer. This is a good card because every time let me zoom in on it. Every time I have an aura attached to it, I get 2/2 to its attack and defense, or attack and toughness, I should say. So it's a really good card for this deck, considering how many enchantments and auras I have. Go ahead and look at some other cards here. Scavenge. You can go ahead and look at that. A player can exile a card from his or her graveyard and pay its scavenge cost, but number of 1/1 counters on this creature. That's actually really good. So as you can see, the game does a really good job of teaching you how to play. They give you a really good system for learning what these special abilities mean. Yeah, so pretty much the game pretty much snowballs into getting more and more things going on. Right now at the beginning, we're just making small plays because we don't have a lot of mana. Okay, so Undying. Haste means they can attack right away. So, as you can see. Oh, well, I didn't explain well enough. When you summon a creature, you can see this little like spinny thing on them. That means it has summoning sickness, which means they can't attack on the turn that they're summoned. A creature with haste can attack on the turn that it's summoned. So that's a bonus. And the Undying means it can come back once from the graveyard, and it gets a 1/1 bonus on it. So I'm throwing this card on it, on my Core Spirit Dancer, so I get to draw a card, because that's a special ability. And now I have protection from creatures and +1/1, which piles on with the bonuses of my Core Spirit Dancer. Sorry if I'm, this is kind of exposition here, a lot of it. But that really is what the game is like this early. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to read and talk at the same time. That's really what the kind of learning the game is. It's a lot of things thrown at you, and then you kind of enjoy the game as you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and attack here because I have a 1-turn bonus from this card, and since I have protection from creatures, he's unable to block me. Okay. So as you can see, we're pretty much, it may look like we're just rolling through them right now. We already have 6 damage. Things can turn around really fast. There's a lot of things that you can do that just makes the game, you know, how should I put this? It really makes the game balanced, because using good strategy and tactics along with your teammate can reverse the tide of the battle really well. So he's going to go ahead and block that. He isn't dying as well, so his creature will come back, but he unfortunately didn't have enough power to kill him. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this card to him. What this does is it gives me 2 abilities, Lifelink and Vigilance. Oh, and let me read this. We get 3/3, Lifelink, First Strike, Vigilance. That's a really good card. And what it does is, First Strike is when I fight another creature, I always get the first hit. So, let's say that the creature had the enough attack to kill me, I'd hit it first and it would die, so I wouldn't even take damage from that. Vigilance means I can attack, and I won't, I'll be able to block the next turn, because when creatures attack, as you can see, they get tapped, and they can't attack next turn. Yeah, so basically, I'm just going to wrap it up by saying there's a lot of different abilities in this game that make different creatures special and give a twist on this card game, which is really nice. So I'm just gonna, you know, try to leave the exposition to a minimum here, and yeah, I'll just try to show off some cool parts of this game. Okay, one of the worst parts of this game, for me at least, is waiting for the other team to take their turn. Sometimes they can take a long time, just because they're trying to talk strategy in the chat. There also is a team chat feature, so you can talk privately with your teammate. Why don't we go ahead and, I guess, take a look at these cards while we're waiting here. So this is a really good card. You attach it to an enemy's creature, and if that creature does damage to you, it'll be reflected onto them. So basically the creature just kills itself. He's using Sign in Blood. What that does is it takes 2 damage from, it deals them 2 damage, and they get to draw 2 cards. Yeah, so I don't know, as you can see, there's a lot of different cards. Each deck has its own play style, its own kind of gimmick. Mine is basically the enchantments. This guy's deck is an all-around deck. Actually, this actually might be a new deck. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, they're using the same deck there. This guy's deck is Creatures from the Grave. It's a zombie deck, so he gets to do a lot of excuse me for a second while I read this. It's been a while since I've played this game. You know, I'm gonna go ahead and enchant one of his creatures with this. It's a good thing to spread out your enchantments, because if he gets killed with a kill card, then all the enchantments go away. So if I spread out my enchantments, we have a better chance at winning. Looks like he left. They're pretty much done for here. I guess they just got a crappy hand, which does happen from time to time. Okay. Looks like we're going to have an easy win here. Okay. Yeah, it looks like we took the win there. I'm going to go ahead and back out to the main menu and show you some of the features of this game. The main feature, of course, being the online mode, which is tons of fun to play with different people playing different decks. There's a deck manager, so you can customize your own deck. Each deck comes with a preset of, I think 100, no. I'm not quite sure how many cards there are, because you can adjust your land, so... yeah, you can unlock 40 cards from the base set of each deck, which brings a really nice amount of customization into the deck. There is DLC, like I mentioned earlier. The single-player campaign took me about, I think, 8 hours to play through, and that's from learning the game, getting the hang of it, and trying a few times to beat each encounter. I guess I shouldn't say each encounter. I didn't always lose on the first try. There is a revenge playthrough where you can play a harder version of the opponent, but as it tends, the computer kind of sucks, to be honest. Once you get the hang of the game, at first they are pretty hard. You can go ahead and play custom games against the deck of your choosing, and that's good because you can unlock cards without having to play people online. There is sealed play, where you get to unlock different cards. I'm not quite sure if there's I think it's all cards already seen in the game, but it mix and matches cards, so you can create a unique deck and play with that, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't mind the pre-made decks. There's a lot of strategy and in luck and different things like that to be had, and just playing with the pre-made deck that makes it a lot of fun. There are challenges. These challenges are really cool. I'll go ahead and show one of these off that I think I've beaten before, actually. All right, I'll just go ahead and go into this one. Let's see what this is. So these challenges, basically they put you in a situation and you kind of have to think your way out of it. Okay, so let's see. Between a squad of giants and a pesky pacifism, your opponent is making your life difficult. Find a way to win this turn. Okay, so we're at 1 life, they're at 3, and I have just this 1 turn to win. So I'm going to go ahead and look at what I have on the field. So he enchanted my creature with pacifism, so I can't attack and block. And you know what? This basically the it's kind of a hint, I think, that it said a pesky pacifism. I think that might be hinting that I need to get rid of this pacifism here. So he has, let's see, yeah, he has 6 creatures that he can block with. Gains protection from the color of your choice until the end of the turn. Alright. Protection from white. This creature is colorless. As you may have already noticed, each mana or land has its own color. And one of the special abilities is that sometimes creatures will have protection from certain colors. Okay, and this is... you just basically have to think your way through here, and it's kind of hard to think and talk at the same time. Huh. So we can give him protection from white, and I believe that'll take off the pacifism. But he has protection from red. So what I think we're gonna do here is if I give... Okay, so I give him protection from white, right? That'll get rid of the pacifism, and this does 2 damage to each creature. Destroy all creatures. So he has protection from red, so he's gonna get blocked, and he's gonna get blocked. You know what? I think that I did not complete the challenge, and this is hopefully gives you an idea of how intricate the game can actually be. There's basically it's like imagine like a tree. You start at the base of the tree, and there's multiple paths to get to the top. Okay, so I can go ahead and choose what order the creatures take damage. It doesn't matter because they're going to die anyway. Go ahead and play that. I'm a sore loser. Alright, so let's go ahead and try this one more time, or I'll go ahead and back out. Yeah, I didn't win that challenge, so I'll just go ahead and back out here, and we'll go ahead and try another challenge. Oh, whoops. Okay. Initial challenges. These ones they're easier. No, that's kind of creepy, and I guess that was an advanced challenge here. So let's see here. Let's just go ahead and do this one. Okay. Really nice artwork in this game, I should mention. Each card has its own artist that works on the card, which is really cool. This game, I'm sure you've heard of Magic. A really extensive card game. And I didn't realize this until I played this game, but each card has its own artist, and these cards have been around, man, since like the 80s, I think. I'm not quite sure, though. Okay, so let me press escape right here to see what we're trying to do. Okay, we got to win this turn. We have 3 creatures. Okay. So, target creature gets 7/7 until end of turn. That will take up most of my mana. Destroy target land or non-black creature. I can't tell you how many times I've read black is non-block. It can't be regenerated. Target player loses 4 life and you gain 4 life. Okay. So basically, if I attack with all, I'm gonna get through with 1 creature. And this card is an instant. An instant means I can play it at any phase I want. So what I'm gonna do, and this is where the game really shines, is I'm gonna go ahead and attack with all my cards and let them choose which cards they're gonna block. Okay, and now once they've done that, I'm gonna stop the timer, play my +7/+7 on that card, get a 9/9, and that's just enough damage to win the game. Yeah, so that is where the game really shines. At first, the game seems really basic, but there are a lot of intricate ways you can do things that may not be apparent at first, and that makes the game really, really fun. So I think, yeah, I think you've noticed my initial impressions are really good at this game. I guess they're not initial since I put so much time into it. But yeah, I'd suggest picking this game up. $10 is kind of a joke of a price to pay for something that you could spend potentially hundreds of hours playing if you really get into it. Yeah, so that'll be it for my Let's Look At. Thanks for watching.